Forget the headlines. The real story of global power is in the skies. We're diving deep into the F-47's unprecedented sales, revealing which nations are quietly stockpiling this formidable jet and why. The answers will reshape your understanding of national security and the shifting alliances of today. Who's buying the F-47, and what does it mean for your country's security? This isn't just about planes, it's about the strategic chess moves being made by global powers. We're breaking down the F-47 sales map from NATO air forces to new allies to uncover the hidden agendas and their impact on the world stage. Want to understand the future of air power before anyone else? We're pulling back the curtain on the F-47's global sales data, pinpointing the key players and their strategic motivations. Discover how this single aircraft is influencing defense policies and shaping national security narratives across continents. A silent shadow in the sky, panic on the ground. The F-47 isn't just an aircraft, it's a statement. The real question is, who's making that statement and who is it aimed at? Just a few years ago, the F-47 was a prototype. Today, it's being treated as a must-have asset for modern air forces. Its rapid rise isn't just about technology, it's about timing. Ukraine-style conflicts, rising tensions in the Asia-Pacific, and instability in the Middle East have sent a clear message: air dominance can't wait. When early export approvals surfaced, there was no hesitation, only a rush. The first buyers weren't chasing prestige, they were avoiding strategic irrelevance. My take? Buying the F-47 isn't about owning a jet. It's about buying time in an increasingly unforgiving global power race. And that race has only just begun.
At first glance, NATO's interest in the F-47 looks obvious: interoperability. But that explanation is incomplete and a little lazy. Yes, shared systems matter. What matters more is strategic trust. For key NATO members, buying the F-47 is a signal that says we're aligned not just for today's conflicts, but for tomorrow's wars. Modernization, not just replacement. Many NATO air forces were flying platforms designed for a different era: Cold War logic, post-9/11 missions, limited peer competition. The F-47 changes the doctrine itself. It's not just replacing aging aircraft, it's enabling deeper penetration missions, AI-assisted decision-making, and seamless coordination across air, cyber, and space domains. This is less about flying faster and more about thinking faster than the enemy. Exercises, integration, and deterrence. Recent joint drills tell the real story. When F-47s appear in multinational exercises, they're not flying solo. They act as force multipliers, sharing targeting data, extending sensor range, and coordinating allied strikes in real time. The message is deliberate. Any conflict won't be one nation versus another, it will be a networked response. My assessment? For NATO, the F-47 isn't just a fighter jet, it's the airborne glue holding modern alliance warfare together. And for adversaries watching closely, that's the point. The most interesting F-47 buyers aren't inside NATO, they're outside it, and that's not accidental. These unexpected buyers are countries recalibrating their geopolitical posture, not fully aligned, not fully opposed. They're hedging. For them, the F-47 isn't about alliance loyalty, it's about strategic optionality, breaking the old supplier lock-in. Traditionally, fighter jet purchases locked nations into long-term political dependence. Training, maintenance, upgrades, everything came with strings attached. The F-47 disrupts that model. Its modular systems and export-flexible architecture appeal to states seeking defense diversification, reduced reliance on a single power block, and greater technological autonomy. This isn't rebellion, it's risk management. Regional power shifts and new tensions. Nowhere is this more visible than the Indo-Pacific and the Middle East. In these regions, even a small number of F-47s can alter air superiority calculations, pressure rivals into counter-purchases, and quietly raise the stakes at existing flashpoints. Arms sales don't just reflect security dynamics, they reshape them. My view? When emerging powers buy the F-47, They're not choosing sides, they're buying leverage. And in volatile regions, leverage is often the most dangerous weapon of all.
Fighter jets don't fly alone. They arrive with contracts, conditions, and consequences. The F-47 is as much a diplomatic instrument as it is a weapons system. Sales deals are routinely bundled with trade access, intelligence sharing, industrial offsets, and long-term political alignment. This isn't commerce, it's statecraft at Mach speed, blocking rivals without firing a shot. Every F-47 sale quietly displaces something else. It's a counterweight to rival platforms competing for influence, not just market share, but strategic dependence.
Once a country commits to the F-47 ecosystem, it commits for decades. Training pipelines, software updates, doctrine alignment. That lock-in effect is the real objective. Jets deter enemies, but ecosystems deter defections. Looking ahead to 2030, if current trends hold, by 2030 the F-47 won't dominate the skies alone, it will dominate how wars are planned. Expect tighter military blocks, faster escalation cycles, and less room for neutrality in high-risk regions. My assessment is blunt. F-47 proliferation doesn't make the world safer or more dangerous by default. It makes it less ambiguous. And in global politics, clarity often accelerates confrontation.
The next wave of F-47 orders is already taking shape, quietly. Several nations are circling, not announcing. That's usually the tell. These likely buyers share a pattern: rising regional pressure, aging fleets, and a narrowing window to modernize without choosing sides too loudly. Negotiations at this stage aren't about price, they're about timelines, access, and political flexibility. Built to evolve, not age. What keeps the F-47 attractive isn't just what it is today, it's what it's designed to become. Planned upgrades point toward deeper AI integration, expanded unmanned teaming, and software-driven capability leaps rather than hardware overhaul. This approach matters. It means relevance isn't measured in airframes, but in update cycles. The jet evolves at the speed of code. A legacy larger than air superiority. Zoom out, and the bigger picture becomes uncomfortable. The F-47 isn't just redefining air dominance, it's reshaping how countries align, deter, and signal intent. Decades from now, analysts may look back and see the F-47 not as a weapon, but as a pivot point, where defense procurement and foreign policy fully fused. My conclusion is simple. The F-47 doesn't end debates about power, it locks them in. And now the question shifts to you. What do you think about the F-47's expanding global reach? Drop your take in the comments. This conversation is far from over.